What is life like when you don't know yourself? I'm going to use a word to help explore an idea that I have. And I think that this will be understandable for people. That word is relevance. You could say it as relevant. And when you look at the family of origin dynamic of an individual that was not raised in a healthy way, that did not get healthy boundaries, individuation, and differentiation, and with that did not have parents that taught them, or whoever raised them, of their inherent, intrinsic self-worth. Well, shit, the boundaries weren't created. The boundaries of self being here and only here. Not in anyone else, not in anything else. Here and only here. Were not created. What does that mean for an individual? That means that they're likely going to exhaust the fuck out of themselves with a deep fucking seated drive to be relevant to a world that doesn't give a fuck. And that essentially means that they're going to be driven to create themselves in a way that has the world mirroring them with a bunch of noise, a bunch of fucking numbers that are actually meaningless. And it's fascinating, too, just how driven people are to be or to feel relevant because they didn't get a healthy childhood. So, what does it look like for somebody that doesn't know themselves? Well, it's likely going to look like exhaustion. It's likely going to look like a drive to get things out there that you think will fill this void inside of you that you may not right now understand can't come from anything else but yourself. Relevance. If you don't know yourself because you didn't get a healthy childhood where you actually got the space to develop a healthy ego state by parents that allowed you to be yourself and guided you in a healthy way, or whoever raised you. Maybe it wasn't biological parents, maybe you were adopted, I don't know. But any parents that lacked healthy boundaries, individuation, and differentiation, and they just fucked you with, fucked your mind up with their shit and stuff, yeah, the likelihood that you're going to have all of these external drives to amass a bunch of fucking money because it's like, look at me, I've got all this money, I'm finally fucking relevant and important. But you haven't even contemplated your fucking navel. Yeah, there's a whole lot of nothing there. There's a whole lot of noise there. You're just driven to get validation and approval from other people because you don't really know who you are. And in my honest opinion, not claiming fact or truth here, but this doesn't have to be as deep or severe as, cluster B shit. It doesn't have to be as severe as, personality disorders. It can simply be, codependent shit. Why is your identity dependent on another person? And the unfortunate thing about this whole thing is that we've been sold a lot of misleading information in this entire area, which makes people think that a bunch of shit that is not normal or healthy is normal and healthy. Your life is going to look different if you so choose to do the really fucking hard work of healing, of setting healthy boundaries, individuating and differentiating. You might even look at yourself in the process and be like, oh wow, all of these things that I previously valued, I only valued them because I thought that I needed them in order to exist, in order to be relevant, in order to get a fucking check mark, validation, approval, acceptance, blah, 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 you name it. But that's what a life looks like for somebody that doesn't know themselves. They have all of these, in my honest opinion, unhealthy external drives, simply to be seen, to feel relevant. How wild is that?